So I'm at Streatham Hill station, and it's 5:40, and it's pretty cold. I'm wearing a suit, luckily, which sort of keeps me a bit warmer. It's a couple of layers, so I'm heading off to Victoria today because I'm meeting my dad. We're going for breakfast at some place in Victoria Station. And behind me, well, behind you, is an East Grinstead train, which I'll be getting on tomorrow morning on a Saturday. Brilliant. And then I'll be coming back on the Sunday, which is even worse. Hopefully there's no delays, but it looks like the train's just come out of the wash. I hope it's not raining or something over there. I don't think it's going to be that different, to be honest. I know most of the last 3 vlogs have had mainly just transportation, me going places on public transport, and I'm sorry about that. It's simply just because I've been going a lot, I've been going around a lot the last couple of weeks, so everything's been a bit travelling. And someone's ringing me. So this morning I went to breakfast down in Victoria again. As you probably saw, I did a few vlogs ago. I went into Victoria to have breakfast. Usually quite early in the morning, about 6 o'clock, when my dad comes home from work. He usually goes there first. That's kind of like evening meal because he works nights. So I went down there, and in England we have something called Addison Lee, and they're basically a taxi firm company which aren't anything to do with Transport for London or any kind of other network of taxis. They're simply their own company. But Transport for London, TfL, have TfL bus lanes which are specifically for London taxis, emergency vehicles, buses and cyclists, and I think motorcycles are. I'm not too sure about that. Addison Lee have always used TfL's bus lanes, even though they're not actually meant to. So recently TfL took out a lawsuit against them and won it, and so that Addison Lee can now no longer use the bus lanes. Now this morning when I went to Victoria, there's a bus lane just outside of Victoria, and there was I think that's the word of the day, don't know, yeah, there was an Addison Lee car parked in the bus lane, and the bus driver pulled alongside of him very close and clipped his mirror, and the Addison Lee driver got out and pressed the emergency door open button for the bus and got into the bus and shouted at the driver. So the driver of the bus put his assault alarm on, which sounds like this.
This bus is under attack. Please dial 999. This bus is under attack. Please dial 999.
And that was quite loud, and obviously it's kind of like made the Addison Lee driver a bit kind of like, almost made him jump a bit. And there was a police officer across the road, and the police officer came over, and the Addison Lee driver drove off, and the policeman took his number down and went and got on his police bicycle and started cycling after the driver. And it was the most funniest thing, just seeing this policeman run across the road, get a bicycle, his police bicycle he was doing his patrol on, and actually started chasing after a car. He didn't obviously have a radio. He probably has his own CB radio here, but he didn't have a radio on his bike or anything. He's obviously got no flashing lights, and I just thought it was quite amusing. I just wanted to see the rest of that chase, if there was a chase. That would have been quite funny. But then I went home later on that day, later on today, came home, then realised that I needed to go out shopping, which was really depressing because I was home and I was warm and it was really cold outside. So I went out to Asda in Clapham Junction, and it was really busy down there because it's Friday and loads of people doing shopping for the weekend, I imagine, on the way home. And then I hit rush hour on the way back, got home and fell asleep for an hour. And then when I woke up, I then realised I had coursework that was due in today at 6 o'clock, and I had about 10 minutes to complete it, sign it and hand it in online, and I didn't do it in time, So now I've got to deal with that, and I'm kind of worried because I've never done this before. I've never not handed in the coursework on time, so I'm not too sure what happens now, which could be interesting. So yeah, that's my day really. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you either tomorrow or Sunday. Bye.